All right, guys. My name is Ben,
This is Andrew.
and we are continuing with Doctor Stone, episode 6, season 1.
Oh
I think it
yes.
was called Two Nations of the Stone World.
Oh yeah. Oh
Go ahead and give
yeah.
us a rundown of what happened last time.
So last time we got a little in the very beginning, we got the it's pretty much breaking down how the episode before ended where Tsukasa is telling Senku he doesn't want to kill him. But then we got a little uh cut scene where it was like and he because he told him he's like, we could have been friends, maybe 3700 years ago. And it has like a little clip of everything we saw before with Taiju and Senku growing up together, but adding on Tsukasa. And so that was pretty cool to see that. Um but then after we see that little thing, we get the killing blow, find out that Senku really did die in the process. Um and then Taiju and Yuzu go through with the plan, I guess, that they had come to, that if Tsukasa were to catch them, and they uh Taiju throws a boulder in the air to distract Tsukasa for a split second. Yuzu grabs the gunpowder, throws it at him. He kicks it. The boulder comes down and makes a huge explosion on the black powder. Then they grab Taiju and Yuzu grab Senku. They run. Tsukasa's kind of like confused because Tsukasa says, he's like, I know Taiju knows that that wouldn't kill me, or like that wouldn't finish me, and I don't. And he's like confused why they would run with the body like that. Um, but so we cut to Taiju and Yuzu in the in the forest, I guess, woods, wherever it is, I guess considered, because I mean the whole place is like that. Um, running in the woods with Senku, and they Taiju remembers him saying, when he was asked the Senku was asked the question, what as the class was asked the question by one kid saying, what was it? If it was you, your lover, or your friend, or something like that, and you had to you could only save yourself or one of them, who would you pick? And he was like, Senku said, I would find a way for all of us to survive. So Taiju said he remembered that, and he was like, there's no way Senku would just let himself die, because he said that he would always find a way for everyone to live. So
Exactly.
Taiju remembers this, and then they find the petrification on his neck, and they remember that if you pour the serum on the petrification, it will actually restore the part that is all of the body that it is actually sitting on. Um, so yeah, so we got him pouring that on there, and that's how the episode ended. Well, no, and we also got to see how Senku was until he got how he was after the petrification cracked. Um, and how he was living life by himself until he found Taiju.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that was pretty much how that episode ended. So and now
There's
we're
a new
here.
character introduced.
That's right. We saw the what you call it, the that blonde hair chick in the
Mm-hmm.
up in the smoke. I think that was episode 4, wasn't it? Or was that
I mean,
episode
still,
5?
you were still
Yeah,
introduced to
yeah, that's true. We're still introduced to her, so we still have
whether it was
no.
last time or the episode before, whatever.
Yeah, I think it was episode 4, but either way, we still don't know who she is because we have yet to see who she is beyond that little like 5 seconds that she was on the screen. So, but yeah, so we got that, and yeah, I mean, so now I guess we're left with that. Sukasa doesn't know that he's not dead, because right now Sukasa thinks he's dead. But we also talked about how, because also in the last episode that we saw him have like him having like reinsure himself that he did it, that he killed him. He's like, I know I did it. Even he didn't. And it was like there was like doubt in him, but he didn't obviously say, like, he didn't obviously speak out loud that he didn't think he did it. He was just like, he had to reinsure himself that he was having the thought process of maybe he didn't do it.
I think it was
So
less of him doubting himself and him putting more respect on Senku.
yeah. I
Possibly
think
thinking like, is there a way that Senku might have played me
outsmarted
here?
me. Yeah.
Like, I mean, he's like, I know I did it. Like, I
Yeah.
followed the steps. I know I hit the nerve,
Yeah.
whatever. I know I
I
did
mean,
this, but
yeah.
I don't know how smart he is. Is it possible for him to have countered it somehow?
Yeah. So I don't know,
I
man.
think
I
I
mean,
think that's where his mindset is.
yeah, it probably is. I mean, because at the end of the day, I think the reason he killed Senku, also on top of the whole like not banning science, is that he knows that at the end of the day, Senku will always can outsmart him. So he knows that eventually that Senku would find a way to outsmart him completely, and he would lose to just straight up his brains. So he was like, I gotta take him out while I can, type thing, And if he doesn't take the oath to not, to abandon science, then I'm gonna kill him. Like,
Give him a
that's
week, he'll make a nuke.
yeah, dude. Facts. But yeah, no, so I feel like he felt like that he had an opportunity that he had to take, because if he didn't kill him then and there, that Senku was just going to straight up outplay him, which he still does, because Senku's a G. But
True.
yeah, so that's where we're left off now, man.
All right,
So
and go ahead and head to the link in the description for the reaction. All right.
So to re-elaborate on what you said before, you asked me, and I wanted to wait a minute, so I knew I was gonna talk about it for a hot minute, or it could have turned to a hot minute. When you
Mm-hmm.
said, who do I think turned the people? Why ever I turn everyone to stone?
Well, I didn't
What do I
say
think?
who. I said, what do you think?
What would you think?
Yeah.
I think. I mean, I don't think it was aliens, but I could definitely say it was a person, or maybe it
Mm-hmm.
was a special type of being. I don't know. Saw what maybe humans were doing to the world, and they wanted to pretty much let the world reset itself. So how they figured they could do that without having to kill all humanity was just petrify everybody. Like, let's turn everyone to stone. The world will slowly rejuvenate itself back to its new normal self. Destroy all everything the humans ever did to it,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and then eventually the humans will break out of it. I'm assuming whoever made the petrification knew that there was probably a way to get out of it at some point, or knew that there was a way to get out, and they didn't
I
know how
mean, do
long it was
you?
going to.
Do you think they know if there's a way?
Maybe they don't, maybe they didn't, but maybe they did, maybe they didn't. I don't know, but I would say I think they did, because I would say that if that was the case, why didn't they just kill all of humanity with like a bomb or something? I don't know,
Because
something
that
to.
would destroy the world.
Not necessarily, because if you were to base it off of how scientists believe the dinosaurs went extinct, that was technically an explosion throughout the entire world, a comet hitting the world and going throughout the entire world. So they could probably recreate that an exact thing. In fact, uh, funny that I just brought that up. That's actually exactly how in Avengers Ultron, the robot I told you that was created to save the world, and he quote unquote to save the world, he had to destroy humanity because humanity was
Mm-hmm.
what was making the world bad. He actually tried to create his own comet in a sense. He took a chunk of the world and he was going to lift it so high up into the space, pretty much that when it came back down, it was going to have the force of a comet and then do what it did to the dinosaurs. So, I mean, I don't know, but I feel like if
I
the
mean, I
people
feel like
that.
that would actually like do a lot of damage. Like, I mean, I know what you're saying,
Yeah,
but
yeah, yeah.
and
Obviously,
it would all grow back.
yeah,
But
it would grow back.
I don't think that they were trying to damage whoever
So
they
maybe,
is.
so maybe,
Because the way that this happened, it pretty much petrified everybody,
yeah,
and
for
then
everybody.
it went back in time. So, like for example, here
Yeah,
where 2 million years have gone, it pretty
yeah,
much
yeah,
put everyone back 2 million years.
yeah, yeah. I would say, so yeah, it definitely just rewound time. So maybe I don't know. I think that they didn't want to kill humans. So I don't know why, whatever it was or who it was. They I don't think they had the intentions to necessarily kill humans. Um, I guess it was like, or maybe they wanted to torture humans, because you know maybe they knew that petrification wouldn't kill them, and they could still like talk and think while they were in it. Not talk, but like still because they how do I put they're still alive in it
Yeah,
because
most people's brains just went idle.
oh, that's right, we did talk
And
about this. Most
they
people's brains
like
go idle.
for a lot of people they were probably just like it was like they went to sleep almost.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Like
that's right.
they were awake, but they were just like
Yeah, it's true. That's true. So they
nothing was
did do that.
happening. I
Yeah, so I
mean,
think
but
that
you would have to take it to the birds because it only affected
uh,
birds first. So you would have to figure out,
well,
based on what you were saying, they would have
uh,
to test it on maybe like
yeah,
what is the
swallows.
why
So
why
swallows.
swallows? Like can
Yeah,
they
I don't.
pick the species? Is it like a knob? Like can they go like
Be, well,
birds,
it had to be
mammals, fish?
because it had to be the exact species of the bird because
Yeah, but
Sukasa called a bird out of the sky. So
yeah.
clearly not all birds were affected. And
Oh
he
yeah,
even
swallows.
stated,
Swallows were the
yeah,
ones.
I was gonna say, yeah, because Senku stated that they specifically did swallows and humans for a reason. He was
Yeah.
like, so I mean, and I think that I don't know what swallows and do to the world if they and do something wrong to the earth, or I don't know. But I know that humans, are to blame for
Oh,
pollution and this, that, and the
I
third.
think there's a fun fact.
Uh
I
huh.
think swallows, the bird,
Uh huh.
I think they're extinct in either America or Japan.
Really?
Yeah, which I think is really interesting.
Oh wow.
So I think it's America.
Uh huh. That's kind of
So
crazy, actually.
and if you looked at the like when they went back
Uh huh.
to like the very first, if you looked at like the structures, like the land masses, you
Yeah,
could
yeah, yeah.
see kind of where it came from.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And it's you could say like almost like America,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's true.
which
So, huh.
which I think swallows are like practically an endangered species in America, like only,
Ooh,
which I
so
think is a real which I think is a really
maybe.
really cool thing. I mean, I could be wrong. Maybe it's in Japan.
So
It's one of the two. I haven't like
so that would heed the question then, right? So maybe
which
swallows
it
were
would make
dying
sense if it was American.
so well, yeah. So let's say
We're
that.
kind of crazy over here.
So I know that I know whoever's intentions it was to do the humans, why they did the humans, because they are quote unquote destroying the planet.
Hmm.
Um, so I can see why they did that to stay stone people, but stoning the
Oh,
swallows.
the thing with the swallows that's like real life.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm
I know.
talking like the
Yeah,
bird
I know. You're
swallow
talking
is
about. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
yeah,
So what I'm
which I think
saying
is a
is that.
real way, which is I think is a real cool way to adapt it into a show.
Well, what I'm saying
So
is though is maybe and I could be completely a swing out of the park, or completely way off. Um, but maybe they specifically did swallows not only to test it because I'm sure that part of the reason was to test to see if it worked, but maybe they were taking endangered species and stoning them, hoping that maybe they could break out free one someday. Like, cause like you said, maybe the person doesn't know that the stone
oh
can break, but
okay yeah
because I'm putting into maybe they petrified in endangered species because they believe that a lot of the species tend to go extinct because of either the change of the environment or quote unquote humans ruining the environment. So maybe they were hoping they could take endangered species and they could maybe regrow because
well
there would be
okay
humans would all be stoned. But I could be wrong. I just don't know why.
the fact that I was telling you was like it's an
Yeah, it's
IRL.
weird.
It's like a
No,
cool
that's what I'm
thing that
saying.
they did.
It's IRL. I'm saying maybe
I
they
don't
made
think
it.
that it has
Yeah,
anything to
any
do with it.
correlation.
I
No,
just
no,
think it's
okay.
something. I think it was like, oh,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
they took like a real life, you know,
And then
fact,
I
and then
had no
they
idea then.
implemented it into the show, and they're like, oh, this could be the reason why. And it's like, okay,
Well, maybe then, because I don't know. After you told me that, I was just maybe putting two together. Like maybe
yeah.
they're trying to
I
save
wasn't saying there's
endangered
necessarily
species.
a link. I was just saying that there's
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
that it's a
But
cool IRL coincidence.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But I could see that being a link. 'Cause that'd be pretty cool. Like
This
if
episode
they
was pretty simple though.
okay, so how I would look at it is then maybe because I mean I guess that's not common knowledge. Like I didn't know that till you told me that.
Yeah, I didn't know it until I looked it up.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Someone said it in like I think it was actually Semblance of Sanity
So maybe
that said it.
maybe if the person who did the stoning
Mm-hmm.
knew that it could be broken in a certain fashion, like then you could come free of it,
Mm-hmm.
then I could see them doing the whole endangered species things because it would kind of make sense. Like they would be in hopes that, well, I mean, it wouldn't be in hopes. It'd just be that humans don't have the technology and the things to ruin and excavate lands and stuff like we do now. so they could be like, maybe it sets them back, and the animals could be freed that were
Yeah.
endangered, and grow essentially. But like you said, that has no correlation, but that is a shot in the dark, I guess. But I think it's more so that I don't know why they specifically picked swallows to test it on, but clearly they did the swallows first,
Because I
and
mean,
whoever.
the reason why I was bringing up swallows is because like they would have gone with mammals if they were trying to target humans.
Yeah, 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 that
Like
makes
they would have
sense.
gone with monkeys, for
Yeah,
example,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
or you
That's
could have
true.
gone to other. I know there's other types of mammals that we. I think it's like pigs
Uh huh.
that we also correlate very closely to for some reason. I think it's
Yeah,
pigs. So they would have been like targeting mammals, but they decided to go
yeah,
with birds, and I'm like, why birds? And did they
yeah,
test it on a human first? Like what happened? Was it like prisoners or something?
yeah.
Like
Oh yeah,
someone on death row, like about to be executed. They were like, well, let's try
yeah,
this. Like I mean,
yeah.
I don't know.
I
Oh.
think the only so I don't really have an explanation for that. But for the humans, I think it's clearly because humans are deteriorate, like making the earth deteriorate or
Yeah, it's
whatever.
probably like someone who's trying to save the world by clearing
Yeah,
clearing humans.
yeah,
Now, do
yeah.
you think if it's a person, do you think that they like did themselves in too?
They might have, like, the way that Senku described it in his 3 explanations, it was, like, as if it was, like, a military guy, like, you saw it.
Yeah,
A
he said it
military guy,
backfired.
like,
Yeah.
he said it backfired, yeah, and I could see that, or maybe they knew it was gonna backfire on them, and they just decided to still go through with it because they felt like their life isn't as meaningful as saving Earth.
And
So
they're
it
sitting
was
there like, they're like, sir, why do you keep bringing in all these bats? Ah, nothing.
yeah, no reason. No reason at all. But I mean, so yeah, maybe the person knows that eventually, hoping that you lay under a piss pile of bat piss. He knows that
Yeah,
somehow you never know. I don't know. I just know that, like I said, definitely they did it for a hard or like a restart button for the world. I think that's what it was. So
that's what we think.
that's what
Could
we
be
think
could
it
be another
was.
reason.
Could be other reasons, but
So anyway, so we have he's just going through it in his head. He
yeah,
went
the list.
through he went through aliens, military, and then there was like a virus.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then he was trying to figure out. He's like, and then so we figured out that it wasn't a deterioration. It
Hmm.
was pretty much because everyone was stoned. It was pretty much everyone turning back into humans, if you would,
Yeah, yeah,
like
yeah,
into flesh and cells. They were changing back into cells. So the services, while the rest of me changed back into living cells.
yeah,
So no one, everyone was fully stoned, but they were still able to have thoughts and thinking, and and they
yeah,
were able to be conscious, right?
yeah,
Which is pretty interesting. It's like, oh wow, I don't know how that works. I hope I never find out how it works, but
yeah,
like
yeah.
like personally, maybe the show can tell me. But he goes and he's like, okay, he tested on a little bit of his his neck. He starts doing the tests in his face.
Yeah, I love that face. It reminds me of, you know what that face reminds me of? It reminds me of the handsome Squidward face. Do you know that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. That's what it reminds me
So
of.
he starts going through a bunch of scientific stuff. He's like, try it, try it, try it, try it. And this was 6 months before old boy came back.
Yeah.
Because he said he was awake, I think 6 months prior to Taiju coming back.
Yeah.
So see, he came back, right? I thought that was a really cool scene. Like here, when they were both like, oh wait, I can't play. We're on YouTube.
YouTube.
Like when he did this,
Uh-huh.
like they were both like yelling at each other. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, I like
I
that.
don't know. It's over here. You see what I'm talking about? This scene
Yeah,
right
yeah,
here.
yeah, 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 where
So
they're saying the exact same words too, pretty much. Yeah.
yeah, I thought that was really cool. So
That's
he
super
comes
dope.
back, and then oh boy, like gives him a bear hug, and then practically kills him again.
Yeah.
And then there's a flag, and he went and he gave Yuzu a task.
Yeah.
He said, "Hey, it's gonna be pretty grueling, but you got to do it." And then she's like, "Yeah, I'll do it." And she's like, "What?"
No, hold on. Is it because no, he didn't ask her to do what I think he did he?
What do you think he asked?
Did he ask no, it can't be, right? Because okay, because this is what I'm thinking, and this might be a shot in the dark, but obviously, who has feelings for Yuzu? Taiju.
Okay.
And I think that he asked her to go, I'm gonna use the words submit herself to Tsukasa and be like, Tsukasa, I will do what you say and what you want so I can serve you. Wink, wink. Like, and I don't know, because that's gonna be kind of no, because I would think you would want to tell Taiju that beforehand, because you're gonna want him to go through those emotions before it happens. You don't want him to go through those emotions on the fly. I don't know, dude, but you get what I'm saying, though, right?
Yeah.
Because it's survival of the fittest. Like you're willing to do whatever it takes to survive. So like it'd be like, yo, you're a female, he's a guy. So, he's an alpha male guy too. So if you can go be like his chick for a minute, that would be nice for us because then he would trust you like a lot. But man, I don't know. That's just what I think. But like I said, I don't think he wouldn't tell. But and that's what makes me think it because she was like, eh. But I mean, because I don't think
This
he would.
part.
Yeah. Oh my god, that part is so funny.
He's over there just like backbreaker, backbreaker, backbreaker.
Because Tai, because that's gonna be a very emotional scene for Taiju if that's actually what it is. If it happens in front of him as well, like if she does that in front of him, like saying she wants to be his or like, to give her.
I don't even think that. I don't think that Tsukasa would do that.
You said what?
I don't think Tsukasa would even do that. He's like,
Really?
nah, like he's very logical himself. He's like
Yeah, he's very
Senku,
logical.
but like on a much lower intelligence level. Even though I'm not,
But-
I'm seeking high of Senku.
Yeah.
Um,
But you have to. But I'm also thinking. I mean, obviously, to create humans, you have to reproduce, and I'm obviously he's gonna at some point want to have his females. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I mean, I'm thinking of it like you ever seen like the survival movies where it's like survival for this crap, and it's like you gotta do what you gotta do type thing. So I'm just thinking of she's trying to like offer herself like as one of his things.
makes
I
sense.
don't
Yeah.
know. You know what I mean? Because I'm thinking about like super survival of the fittest type thing right now, but I don't know. Because like I said, and he knows how crazy Taiju is for her, so I don't think. Because if I knew for like say this is me and you, and then like, it's the girl that you really like, I would definitely run through. I would definitely let you know. So like when you got to the spot with her when she did that, because it would completely throw you off on the spot. And you're gonna be like I would want you to go through those emotions that you're gonna go through with us versus in front of the bad guy. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you don't want to be in front of the bad guy and then lose your cool. That would be bad. So,
But okay, so to play on what you're doing,
uh-huh.
what I mean, you've seen how smart Tsukasa is. If that were to happen, wouldn't he just be like, "Wait, why isn't Taiju reacting?"
That's true too, though. Yeah, because as soon as you said, but I knew you were going to say that, and I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, but it wouldn't be genuine because he knows Taiju is crazy about Yuzu. Oh, I don't know. I don't know.
I'll let you sit on it. Anyway, so they pretty much decide you two are gonna go back to Tsukasa,
Yeah.
and I will pretty much generally always know where you are because he has to be near the if he's gonna be rezzing people, which if he's gonna be rezzing people, he needs to be near that location, right?
Yeah.
So he's gonna be near there, right? Although Senku can go wherever he wants, right?
Yeah.
As if he wants to res people, then of course he has to go back there. But he has people that are
Yeah.
apparently awake. So we did get a little fight here between these two. So
Dude, Tsukasa is so bad, dude. He's such a BA, dude.
Kohaku was praised by Taiju or by not by Tsukasa.
Yeah.
So
And
this
that
is
she's very
cool. This is
skillful
cool.
for
Yeah.
her age.
She was like,
Yeah.
if I like, she would be very well known.
Yeah.
So he pretty much came to determine that she was here already. So he's like, what? He's like, what generation are you?
Yeah.
So he's thinking that she is, because she was like, yeah, the sorcerer man who summoned, the mountain's fury. He was like,
Yeah.
you mean like the volcano thing?
Yeah. Yeah.
So she's like, she thinks science is sorcery.
Yeah.
So,
Oh.
so it's like,
Oh,
oh
that
my,
makes sense because I didn't even put that together because he's saying that she could have been around as a child and she sees science as like, yeah, ooh, magic. That makes
so
sense.
he was like, yeah, I could easily rule over these people. Like, I could kill them if I
Yeah.
wanted to. He's like, but there's no need. Like, my main objective right now is reviving the people that know
Uh-huh.
and making that my kingdom. So,
Yeah.
but he's aware of her, which
Yeah.
he can assume that there are others, which he did.
Yeah.
So, I mean, she was a very skilled fighter.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, but Sukasa.
she ended up getting the hands, but she was very, very like skilled for her age. So,
Yeah. I mean, he's literally just walking around blocking it. Like, that's so disgusting.
almost pulled an emerald right there.
Yeah, no. That that in perspective also, like remember how I said it was like it'd be a cool fight to see Taiju completely lose his cool and then fight Sukasa? Yeah,
Yeah,
no, that would have been a cool fight. Sukasa would have murdered him.
dude, it would have
Like,
been.
literally one shot him.
He did one hit. He was like, you could have dodged that if you wanted to. He's like, why'd you just take it?
Yeah.
He's like,
I mean, yeah, because I feel like Taiju is definitely probably more skilled than we realize because he just decides to use his body as like a wall. But I mean, this dude Tsukasa is just after watching him take on a skilled fighter like she is, and him just literally walk in circles in the same exact spot and just block every shot. Yeah, he's a savage. I mean, he's literally a savage.
yeah. So repent to the sorcerer, gentlemen, until your soul rots away. A
Yeah,
sorcerer.
sorcerer. God,
The mountain's wrath. He's like, what? Oh yeah. He just straight up caught him with his two fingers.
Gosh,
The
dude.
mountain's wrath. What? So you may not be one of the revived, rather one of their children. So he's like, okay, maybe someone else was revived sometime down the line, and maybe you're a child of one of them.
Ooh, so he's going into the fact that she was even born into this world.
Yeah, that's.
Ah.
He's like, you know what? I'm coming here. So, and then he one shots a tree, and then Senku, good thing he
God.
it was so close.
I was like, yo, oh, you ready to die again? And this time not your save?
Tsukasa was just like, okay, I'm just gonna kill you this time, and I'm just
And
gonna.
he's like, I'm not breaking no bones or nothing. I'm just gonna stab you directly in the chest, my guy.
So you're the source. So like you're the sorcerer, gentleman. He's like, I can either use some gunpowder and blow this tree off right now, or if you're okay and you can hold out, you can let me work. So she's like, yeah, I can do it, So then Nomians goes and he's doing math. He's like, okay, 500. He pretty much does a pulley system, right? Pretty hardcore. And then she's just watching him. So this is going on for hours, and she's just watching him.
Yeah.
So then he lifts it, and then we get the introduced. She's like, my name is Kohaku.
Kohaku.
Like, seems I've taken quite a liking to you. So, which makes sense. I mean, it'd be pretty cool to see because, like, imagine she thinks there's sorcery and stuff. She has no idea what a pulley system is.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like this man just somehow lifted a tree off of me that I couldn't lift, and you saw how strong she was.
Yeah.
So, so it's like, okay, that's kind of cool. Like I'm really impressed because it was hours of work that this man put in. I mean, it's now sunset, so
yeah, dude, and it's just it is crazy to see the brains of Senku too. Like someone who's been in this world thinks like everything is like like that like just to think that how far like what's the word what I'm trying to say here, like I guess how am I trying to say this? Sorry, I'm having a brain fart. I was gonna say it just shows how powerful Senku really is in this world because of his brain. Like his brain is so powerful in this world, it's ridiculous.
Like he was kind of like He was just a really smart person in his world.
And then, I mean, obviously, we
But
all know this,
here he's also a really smart person here.
it
But
also shows how strong Tsukasa is because of his skills,
yeah,
his skill set, like in this world. Like it just makes sense that they're both going to be the leaders of their groups, and
yeah.
how
So I
powerful
mean,
one another is.
Tsukasa became a instant, like hierarchy person, like to
I
just
mean, like
hold down.
Senku literally was like, dude, if this guy wanted to, he could literally make us all like sit on our knees and bow to him right now
Like
because he's
he's
so
that good. He's
yeah,
that
yeah.
power, like that
But
dominant.
he's like, we were lucky enough for him to be on our side for as long as he was, because like he literally could have just been like, "Screw you guys, bow to me, I'm king." It's just like I'm
Yeah.
that guy. So, but Senku's brains are also just so ridiculous, and just her reaction, like you said, to the fact that even just a pulley system is huge in this world. So it's like just to imagine what and the things that he plans on doing. Oh man, this dude's a monster with the brains.
But also, blonde hair, blue eyes.
Yeah, oh, I did notice that, and that's the. Oh, is that the same as that little girl?
No,
No,
she
no,
she
okay.
had different color eyes.
I thought she did
So
different colors.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
it wasn't
she had
wasn't blue
different color
eyes.
eyes. Yeah, yeah, yeah. She did
Yeah,
have blonde
but
hair, but
yeah, but it wasn't blue
yeah.
eyes. Yeah,
All
but yeah,
right.
no.
So we're going to move on, right? If you guys would like to support us, liking, commenting, subscribing will help the algorithm let us know or let YouTube know that we're here.
Oh yeah.
And check out links in the description below. You'll see our Twitches, and if you want to check out the Patreon, it'd be great too. Other than that, we will see you all in the next one.
Later.